Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Zookle.com. Typically today we talk about Zookle Gold, but we have a very special guest. We're going to change things up a little bit. If you haven't noticed online, the biggest trend right now in internet marketing, network marketing, MLM, rev shares, whatever you want to call it, everything's going toward Bitcoin, okay? And it's a great thing because Bitcoin is a universal platform of exchanging currency, okay? And basically how it works is you have to get a Bitcoin wallet. We're going to cover all this today, but I just want to kind of give you guys a little preface to our very special guest we have today, and I'm going to introduce you guys to our panel as well. But if you're new, just kind of want to give you guys a little introduction. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we do hangouts. We do hangouts at 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay. On Mondays, it's typically Zookle.com. That's the parent company, the tool suite. And then on Wednesdays, we typically talk about Zookle Ad Network, which is a fantastic advertising platform that we're building right now. This huge network of third-party website network where you can go and get advertising on. And at the same time right now, we're revamping that entire site to include another compensation model in the back that we've touched on in previous hangouts. And believe me, we're going to revisit that very soon because things are working in the background as well. And then typically on Fridays, we talk about Zookle.gold, which is an optional multiple income stream that you can get to in the back of your Zookle.com platform. Well, with that said, with the trend of Bitcoin, Jeremy and myself and Coach Darren, we've been testing different Bitcoin platforms. There's tons of them out there, okay? And the idea is you want to accumulate. You want to accumulate Bitcoin. This is just my opinion, okay? We're by no means financial experts. We're not here to give you financial advice. But what I typically do is I accumulate Bitcoin through these different rev shares and programs that I'm in, and then I can use that Bitcoin to leverage into other programs because it's so easy to do. You know, the fees are practically nil. And you can, depending on what wallet you get, we're going to cover all this. There's coin payments, there's Coinbase, there's blockchain, there's tons of wallets out there. You can access your funds very easily, either through a debit card or direct deposit. I mean, it's making it more and more accessible. And as the world migrates, for lack of a better word, to this cryptocurrency, okay, one thing you got to keep in mind, okay, this is my little rant here. Bitcoin was the first out, okay, the first one. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think it came in about maybe 2004, if I remember right. And then it has grown to where we are today. And last time I checked, we're hovering right around 1,000 a coin. I think we're under it right now at like 968. And we're hovering. And it's based on supply and demand, the limited, people migrating toward it. It's a currency. I mean, it's a cryptocurrency is what they call it. So with that said, I want to introduce our panel real quick from left to right. We got Coach Darren in the house from Texas, and we got our fearless owner of Zookle.com, Jeremy Rush, who is feeling a little better. He wants to thank everybody. It's going around, people. I've been sick off and on for the last month. It's horrible. And then our special guest in the house is Joff, okay? It's Joff. He's our fearless Bitcoin leader, is joining us today, and we're going to hear from him as well. And myself, I'm joined Jamie. I'm from Ohio, and I'm here to host today as well. Typically, we have Tara from Canada. She couldn't make it today. Kevin usually joins us. He's busy golfing, I think. If he's not here, he's either drinking coffee or golfing. So with that, I don't want to take any more time up. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Jeremy, who's going to introduce us to Joff more, and then we'll go from there. So thank you, everybody, and take it away, Jeremiah.
Well, thanks, Big J. And let me tell you first off that Darren and Jamie are not prepped at all for this hangout. They've come on, and I can tell you this, that Joff, I've been talking to Joff over, recently. Okay, I've been talking. We've been going back over his business model, and I've been searching a long time to get into Bitcoin. Okay. We're, and this is not a program that's part of Zooko, okay? This is just a personal thing from myself. And I've looked at many Bitcoin platforms, if you like, of ways of accumulating Bitcoin, a bit like we did with the gold. We're doing Zooko Gold, and the idea of Zooko Gold is to get you to accumulate gold, okay? And the same is what Joff is going to talk to us about in a moment. But let me tell you, I've always been interested in binary trading and trading on the stock market and all that. And believe me, when I was in the States, I was telling Jamie, I was telling Darren, I was telling the other members of the I found a platform. It's brilliant. And I tested it and lost my money, lost my money because the platform was just buffalo dust. And there was no chance for me, the only people that made the money was the agents that they link you with. Okay. So, since that moment, and I tried stock market trading, this binary trading. If you know anything about it, you've got to guess when the price goes up or down, and you've got to buy it in a certain time. You get these candlesticks, I think they're called. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about candles that you get in the local store. This is all to do with trading. Okay. And I came across this program, and as I've been saying to Jamie and Darren, if you've got any ideas of programs that are out there to do with Bitcoin, I want to know about it, because I do feel in today's market that you want to be possessed. You don't want to have in your possession. You want to have gold, silver, and Bitcoin. I would say they're the things. Now, if you've ever done anything to do with those types of things, and even if you trade in currency, some people I know trading currency, they say, is the dollar going to go down against the pound or the euro? And they trade in that as well. And you'll know, and I just want to tell you this, that anything that's traded, it sort of does this, so there's a line somewhere through here, and you either up here where you make money, or down here where you don't. Okay. And that's basically trading. There's nothing guaranteed about it, but what you want is you want a system, or you want somebody that knows how to do all this sort of stuff, so you can sort of plug into it, and hopefully you're going to be above the line more times than you are below the line in making money, or getting a return on your gold, or getting a return on your silver. When to buy, when to sell, all that sort of stuff they do in the stock market and all that. I don't know that stuff, okay? But it fascinates me that people make an income, and a very good one, through trading in whatever it may be on the stock markets and this binary trading stuff, okay? So today, I've invited Joff on today, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to let him talk to you about trading in Bitcoin, okay, or cryptocurrencies. He's going to tell you it's not just Bitcoin; it's many cryptocurrencies, and he's going to tell you about his system. And I'm going to hand it straight over to you, Joff, and welcome, sir.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Jeremy. Thank you, all of you, for being on today's hangout and listening to us live. We appreciate your time. We know that your time is the most valuable asset that you actually have, along with your health. And just to tell you a little bit about me, I always try and explain to people, a lion doesn't have to tell you he's a lion. But as always, they've asked me to tell you a little bit about who Joff Paridise is and what I am. So give you a little bit of a background. I started at around 16 years old as being an entrepreneur. I owned my own T-shirts plus business. I love the American dream, as they call it. I owned my own companies. I've been an entrepreneur. I sold that business at high school and made money, and I was hooked from that point on. I graduated with a full ride scholarship to Texas A&M, graduated with my master's in exercise physiology and kinesiology, went on to own a company called Paridise Swimwear. Venus Swimwear came in and bought me out. Those were catalog companies. I'm kind of dating myself. And so from there, just fast forward a little bit. I owned several businesses. I used my my degree and worked for several different companies along the way, and worked with and along with. But I ended up in 2007 and 2008. I was having some issues going on. I owned 10 health clubs, 3 casinos, 2 restaurants, a bar, and a coffee shop. Had the very first satellite telecommunications company in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. We actually did all the satellite work for Sir Richard Branson, the Necker Island. So to give you a little bit of, I've owned several different companies. I love being an entrepreneur. Well, unfortunately, I was going through the D word, and that is divorce, in 2009 when BitCoin was this guy that was actually buying my health clubs at the time. He was a forensic accountant and worked for the company because they were a publicly traded company that bought my health clubs. And so he worked for this company, and he pulls me to the side and says, "What are you going to do with all that money besides pay taxes on it?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. You got an idea?" And he said, "Sure, there's this thing called blockchain, and there's this stuff called Bitcoin you might be interested in. It's only at about $1.90 a coin." I said, "Well, I'll take about 10,000 and let's rock and roll." So I took a few Bitcoin. A funny story about that. I'll give you a little background on that story one day. I didn't even know I had it. I forgot I had it up until about 2 years ago. Because I had, unfortunately, in 2011, went through a very horrific accident. I lost my left leg. I have a rod, 18 screws and 2 plates in what's left of my left leg. I have a complete right knee replacement. I have a plate in my head. I died twice. I've been through 45 surgeries and procedures on my neck and spine. I woke up in the hospital. I spent 91 days in, by the way. Here's the proof right here. The part of it. So I am busier than a one-legged guy in a butt kicking contest, as they say. So just to give you an idea. But I want you guys to know something. Everybody that's listening to my voice, don't believe what doctors and other people tell you you can or can't do. You can do anything you want to do in life as long as you take one thing, and that's action. You have to take action. You can want to change, but until you take action to change, you'll never change. So that's my little tidbit of information for and a tip for all of you. I don't collect disability. I don't sit there and sit home and collect a check. I don't believe in that. I am someone that people ask me, well, how do you do it with 1.5 legs, Joff, and brain damage? And I ask them how they do it with 2 and a healthy brain. So, you know, you've got to think about what's going on in your life and how you're using it. I have been very fortunate to come upon something that will change millions of lives. It will make people I believe, very wealthy. I am at this point in time obligated to tell you that there is nobody holding a gun to your head. There is nobody telling you you must do this. There is no one that's going to persuade you to do this. And I am not a hype guy. I am here to tell you the actual facts, divulge and disclose everything I know how to you, and give you the most information possible so you can make a good decision. I want you to do your due diligence. I require everyone to make sure they do. Don't take Jeremy's word for it. Don't take Coach's word for it. Take your own word for it. Make sure that we are a good fit for you. Without any further ado, and you're looking at my big mug, I'm going to go ahead and change this over to share my screen with you. And we're going to get into a quick little PowerPoint presentation. I hope you enjoy. I hope you can see my screen because I have got to I'm in a spot now I can't see you.
Yes,
so,
you can.
Oh, good. So now you're seeing the TradeCoin Club logo. Really cool looking logo, by the way. We're going to go into what is TradeCoin Club. And I'm going to get into a lot of the stuff that that Jeremy and everyone was talking about here a minute ago. We're going to talk a little bit about everything, but I'm going to tell you first about what TCC is, and it's TradeCoin Club. So it's a membership club that was created to revolutionize the trading market of digital coins. We're very competitive, and this is an actual multi-billion-dollar market to which only few have access to until now. TCC is developed and have a specialized team bringing you the opportunity that most people would never have the option of having, because like you said, like Jeremy was talking about, trading is a very complex system. And unless you've traded and know it and understand it, it's very, very difficult to do. So now we've actually brought in an automated system that has 3 different types of risk levels, along with no skill or little skills and knowing about the trading world and industry. That right there, that paragraph is a phenomenal paragraph if you understand what I'm talking about. But let me explain a little bit about what actually is trading. It's a type of negotiation that takes place between in the financial markets. It's using sophisticated technology tools, which I said it's very complex, and exchanging securities such as assets or options. So for example, if you bought $100 worth of stock of Apple and you bought it low, just like Jeremy was saying, the object of the game is to buy low and sell high. So you sold it, if you sell it at 105, you've bought $100 worth of shares, you've sold it at 105, you make a $500 profit. We're using an Apple here as an example, but that's just an example at close of market at the end of the day. Basically what we're talking about is a day trading type system because we want our members to be paid daily on their trading. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Here are some of the famous traders that have been out there in the world, from George Soros to Jesse Livermore, James Simmons. All these guys are very famous traders. George there made $1 billion in one day. Now, am I saying, don't take my words and miscrew them? I'm not telling you you can make $1 billion in one day. You have to have money to make money. That's the actual fact. So keep in mind that, could you? You bet you could. Are you? That's entirely up to you. I can't tell you whether you will or won't, but I can explain to you that this platform is the very first of its kind that trades on our actual license, and we're a licensed and insured brick and mortar company that trades on the top 10 cryptocurrencies of the day using Bitcoin as our anchor coin. We pay out in Bitcoin. You pay us your membership fees in Bitcoin. It's a beautiful thing. There is no reporting. There is a report of every day's trading that goes to you as a receipt of trade, and every single transaction is receipted into your financial extract in your back office. What is trading and what is the history? Well, as most of you know, in ancient times, if you had corn and I had beans, and I wanted to eat corn and you wanted to eat beans, we'd trade. It was bartering. We would trade. If I had a really neat fast forward, if I have a really cool car and you have a really neat boat and we want to trade, it's bartering. We trade. Today in the stock world, in the stock market, as you know, the floors aren't crowded like they used to be in the 80s and 90s with people yelling and screaming out numbers, buy, sell, buy, sell. Now most of those people are behind computers like we are today and using the computer age and trading between stock market and the stocks. From commodities to Forex, from whatever the case may be. Well, the new world and what we're into today is called digital currency, encrypted currency for some, or cryptocurrency. They're all the same thing. Digital currency is the new currency. It's a one world currency. Understand what I'm saying here. It is decentralized. It is not centralized currency. It's not paper money. But the beautiful thing about it, if you understand that how this works, you can actually take that currency and turn it into any form of currency today, which we call term phrase cash out. You want to make sure you're using a coin that you can cash out. Let me give you a little history about Bitcoin. As you know, I got into it in the 08 and 09 when I started learning about this amazing stuff. I thought it was kind of funny. I really didn't think much about it, but I was lucky enough to be at the right place at the right time. I believe, I know that most of you are going, oh my gosh, here's that old saying that everybody says you got to be at the right place at the right time. But you know what? Even though that might be something that most people say, I want to tell you something. That's a fact. I mean, I've been at the wrong place at the wrong time, obviously, or I wouldn't have died twice, spent a year in a wheelchair and a year of going through speech therapy and doctors telling me that I would never walk and never be able to complete a sentence again. And therefore, that's why I told you what I told you in the beginning of this power presentation. So Bitcoin was born in 2008. It was actually about 2007. A guy that actually invented Bitcoin, the little story behind the story, has never been seen. They don't even know who he is. It was invented, the actual first blockchain that was ever invented is called the Genius Block. Do your history. Check it out. It's very interesting. And if you're someone that loves history and likes to read like I do, you'll find this very intriguing. But Bitcoin was actually commercialized in 2009, what I call recognized. And in 2010, The very first transaction that is recorded, actual trading of Bitcoin, was for a Papa John's pizza. And they traded that guy 10,000 Bitcoins. Well, think about it. If Bitcoin, as you know right now, is teetering around the top of the $900s and $1,000. The actual analysts and forecasters are saying it'll be up to 3,000 to 5,000 by March and April, and up to 10,000 by the end of 2018. A coin. But if you would have bought that pizza for 10,000 coins, you would have given that guy $750,000 if the coin was valued at only $750 a coin. Wow. So if you would have invested $100 6 years ago at this rate, if Bitcoin was valued at $750 a coin, simple mathematics, $750,000 value in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's value in 2010 was as low as 10 cents. I got in at $1.90 a coin. I was very fortunate, I believe. And then Bitcoin in 2016, as actual at one point in time, was valued at 750. And as I just said today, it's well up into the high $900 value right now. It actually surpassed gold in the beginning of this year. Bitcoin will vary in price. It'll jump up and down, sometimes over $100, up to 27%, sometimes a jump. But guess what? Our platform is so unique that even when Bitcoin goes down, you still make money. You still make Bitcoin. So let's talk about the types of cryptocurrencies that are out there. Guys, there's over 2,000 cryptocurrencies out in the world today. There are only about 743 some odd currencies today that are actual recognized cryptocurrency. So those are some of the ones that I have. Actually, I have almost every single one on that screen because it's called diversification. So I figure if I'm trading on the top 10 and I own some of those, I'm actually making more. Wouldn't you agree? Let's move on. Our trading software, and this is something that I love because it's very unique. It is one of a kind. We spent years of developing this software. There's actually only 10 people in the entire United States that know how to program this type of software. It is very unique and encrypted. We've developed a high-tech optimization software that trades in cryptocurrency. Our traders can upload daily through the system, which means it maintains a high precision of transactions, allowing members to gain throughout most of the operations. Now think of this. What I just said, even if Bitcoin goes down in value, we still make money. That's pretty cool. So how do we do it? Well, our trading system is very unique, and as you already know, I've said that numerous times. But if you look at those cool little like Space Invader things on the left side of the screen, those are the robots. Those are basically like our computer system, and all those are studying the algorithms and studying it. And what our system does is it notices any little movement in the system, and when that movement happens, our transactions are done in microseconds. Microsecond transaction. That is basically humanly impossible for anyone to do something like that. What I love is this next sentence. That means that our members have a stop loss button or a risk button, allowing them to not jeopardize their Bitcoin. So you're putting your Bitcoin at little to no risk at all. How do we do it? I'll give you a quick example. Dash, if you noticed, was one of those coins that were in the top 10. This is just one example. This is not any numbers. We just pulled these out of the air, but we wanted to give you a good little example. So if you bought 1,000 Dash for 0.010 Bitcoin, which is equivalent to, in this example, $8, and you bought that at 4:31 p.m. today, we did, or the system did, and it turned around 5 minutes later and sold it, and it made about $2 in US, which would be 0.013 Bitcoin. And I like to talk in Bitcoin. When I talk dollars, it's a valued amount, but Bitcoin goes up and down so sporadically that you need to understand that we need to talk in Bitcoin and not just pounds or dollars or whatever the centralized currency is trading at the amount. But for this example, I'm using it. And you'll see at 8:13 we'd buy again. The system buys again. Then at 9:52 it sells it again, makes another profit. At the end of the day, you've made 3.64 Bitcoin, equivalent in this evaluation of 2,700, and times that by the top 10, you kind of get an idea of where we're coming from and what this market can do and how much real Bitcoin can actually be made. So let's talk about our membership options right quick. We do have only 3 types of memberships. That's all you're going to ever need. That love this part because you can actually start now for not a whole Bitcoin. See, most people think that you have to have a whole Bitcoin in order to own Bitcoin. Well, you do not. You can actually buy a fraction of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is based on numbers, a fraction of numbers. So when you look at Bitcoin today, you can buy in as an apprentice level at 0.25 Bitcoin up to 0.99 Bitcoin. Once the system recognizes that you're over that, or you've compounded in your trading and you've rolled over what you've traded every day, and its system will recognize and upgrade you automatically to a trader position, which is 1 Bitcoin up to 4.99 Bitcoin. Or if you start out an apprentice and you say, hey, Joff, I'd like to add more of my paycheck every week, or I'd like to add some money that I got for my birthday, whatever the case may be, and your system recognizes you've come over to 1 Bitcoin, it will upgrade you automatically to trader level. Why is that important? It's obvious. The more money you put in, the more money you make back. So from 4.99 Bitcoin, you go to 5 Bitcoin, which is senior trade level. Guys, every single person must pay 0.05 Bitcoin to enjoy all the tools and software that we have to offer. I think that's a very fair price. If you figure that up in pounds, you figure that up in yen, you figure that up in dollar bills, it's not that much. It's a one-time fee at this time for your membership. I think that's a very fair. Any member has the right to cancel their membership at any time, but you will pay a 50% penalty fee, excuse me, I couldn't find my word there, will be applied to the invested amount and deducted from all the commissions received up to date. Now think about that. That is good for you to know as one of our business partners, because if everybody pulled out all at once, we would have no business left. So you want to make sure that we're still in business. We want to make sure that if there are any fees that are owed or anything that needs to be paid on that you may have in the back office, and I'll tell you those fees in a minute, because I like to be very transparent and divulge everything and give you full disclosure. So let's move on. Here are the membership benefits, and this is where we're going to talk a little bit about a fee also. But first, let me tell you about the contract. So you are in, like any investment that you put in or any thing that you want to put in, we have a contract for 8 months. So that's when I talked about if you canceled your contract, this is where you would get, if you cashed out and wanted out, we're okay with that. But you have 50% forfeited, because at the bottom of the screen, you'll read every membership pays 25% trading fee for every 4 months of the total gains of your trading account. This system is going to trade Monday through Friday, compounding all your trades throughout the day if you would like to, making liquidations or cashing out available every day. Okay? Every contract that makes 5 times the amount invested obligates you to renew your contract. If you are a passive investor, you want a passive income, I would love to tell you you'll make 5 times the amount that you put in, but I doubt that it's going to happen. If you come in at 5 Bitcoin and you have a year contract, if you make 25 Bitcoin out of that, that's a phenomenal gain. So, you know, I'm not going to grab it. Numbers are pie in the sky. People ask me, what's my ROI, baseline investment? What's my baseline on my ROI or return of investment? If anybody ever tells you and they're in the trading industry, an actual ROI, you need to look at them, pop them in the back of the head, because they're lying to you. There's no way that you're going to find out an actual ROI, because there are too many variables. You cannot get an actual realistic, because the trading is all over. When it goes down, you make money. When it goes up, you make money. We make thousands and thousands upon transactions upon thousands every single minute, every single day. So it'd be impossible to give you an actual ROI. But am I going to tell you you'll make Bitcoin? Yeah, you can make Bitcoin doing this. As an apprentice level, you come in at a stop loss or a risk level of 0.35%. Well, Joff, normally stop loss means that I have to stop the loss. I don't see a negative or brackets around that 0.35. That's pretty phenomenal. So does that mean the worst I'll do on that day if I'm at a low risk is 0.35%? Exactly. That's exactly what it means. If you're at a medium risk, the worst you'll do is 0.40%. And if you're at a high risk, the worst you'll have in trading day, if we have a really bad trading day, which we haven't so far, but if we do, the worst you're going to do is 0.45%. Think about it. Put the numbers to the math. That is not BTC. That is percent. Don't confuse the two like some people do. So now, and we're going to move on. So let's talk. We've talked about myself. We've talked about how TCC operates, what is TCC, about currency, about how currency operates, what digital currency is, to give you an idea and an overview. Now we're going to talk about one of the strongest compensation plans that I have ever seen in my life. And I'm very proud. We wanted to take out all the negatives and put out nothing but positives. And how did we do that? Well, I think you'll agree with me after you've seen this compensation plan that it is a very, not just comprehensive, but a very in-depth, a very strong financial plan for team building and people that love to do referrals. Now, I don't know about you, but I saw a really good movie the other day called The Accountant. And I really love that movie, and I'm bragging about it still today. Now, I wish the company that made The Accountant would give me a referral fee for every single person that I did that with, but I'm sure you can think of right now companies out there that are giving you referral fees and paying you to refer business to them. The best form of advertisement is word of mouth. I'm sure everyone has heard that before. So instead of paying for big commercials, the best type of commercial is the person that already does what you do and that lets the other people and bring them in direct or indirect. And then we'll talk about the other three that we pay on. But a direct referral is what we're going to talk about first. And a direct referral, we're going to pay you 10% across the board. So for every direct referral you bring in, you're paid 10% commission up to, as an apprentice, 0.99 Bitcoin. Remember, after 0.99 Bitcoin, you move to trader. So we're going to pay you up to 4.9 Bitcoin as a trader. And then for every referral, without limits, as a senior trader, we're going to pay you all the time for every single person you bring in without any limit. So let's move on. What is a direct referral? Again, that is someone that you actually give your VIP link access to. Some of you might have already jumped on tradecoinclub.com and you're looking for a link, you're looking for a login. You won't see any of that because at TradeCoin Club, we are a membership club only and we don't compete with our members. So there is no way for you to get into TradeCoin Club and buy a membership unless you talk to the person that brought you to this actual webinar, this live event, and you asked them, hey, Jeremy or Coach or Darren, or how can I actually get that VIP link? And they will give it to you. And then you can go in and register for free. I said the 4-letter word, FREE, cost you nothing to register. Get in it and do your due diligence. Look around the back office, poke around. Keep in mind that if you don't pay, you don't play. So don't start loading documents and don't try to start filling addresses out and getting all of that stuff done, because until you've bought a membership, it's useless. Okay? So let's go on. What is an indirect referral? Now we're going to talk generations here, not levels. We're going to talk levels in a few minutes. This is a binary system and a 3x12 system. It's two different systems. So keep in mind that we're going to talk generations. We're going to pay you as an indirect referral. That's when your direct referral went out, grabbed somebody raving about this amazing platform like all of us have already. We're in 198 countries. We opened it December 15th. We had our license of 2016. That is just a few days ago, less than 60 days ago, folks. And we turned on the robo on December 17th of 2016, and we've been trading ever since. Since then, we've had 60,000 people register in 198 countries. What do you think? That sounds viral. It sounds like it will go, and we're still in pre-launch. We haven't even launched yet. So hold on to your hats and wigs because we're about to take off. So here we go. As an indirect referral, that means your referral brought someone in. You might even not know that person, but we're going to pay you another 10% divided by 7 generations. How do we do that? As an apprentice level, you get your second, third, and fourth generation. You get 3, 2, and 1%. As a trade at a trader level, you get 3 or 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 generations. You get 3, 2, and 1% on the rest. And as a senior trader, which I love, this is where I love to come in at. As a senior trader, you get paid 8 generations deep, and you get 3, 2, and 1 on all the way down to 8. That's pretty strong. Just each one of these alone could make you a fortune, I believe, but that's just me. So let's think about team. What is a team? Well, you need 2 people either on your left or right, and you need 1 other person. That is 3, because if you remember, I said we have a 3 by 12 matrix. So if you want to be in that 3 by 12 matrix, you need 3 people. If you want to be just in the binary, you just need 2 people. We're not telling you you have to get 3. We're just telling you you should get 3 because it pays you more money. So what is a team? Well, a team consists of 2 to 3 people that you've brought into TCC. Once you have those people, you're going to see that at an apprentice level, we're going to pay you an extra 8% up to 2 Bitcoin. At a trader level, we're going to pay you 9% more up to 10 Bitcoin. And as a senior trader, we're going to pay you 10% more up to 15 Bitcoins a day. I slowed down because I really want you to hear that. 15 Bitcoins a day. That's when you've maxed out your team bonusing on this number 3 level. That's phenomenal. That's just this. That doesn't count your 10%. That doesn't count your other indirect, doesn't count your direct referrals. This is only on this. So think of how much extra. The bonuses are paid daily again at the end of the day. The smaller amounts is subtracted from the bigger team. The bonus has a safety cap. What is that? You need to understand that we will never pay more than 45% out in bonuses. That protects you. Remember, we hold 50% in reserve. That's where you get the 45%. We have a pad of 5%. That's protecting you as an investor and protecting your investment. Guys, something that I wanted to tell you really quickly about, let me explain something. Every single person's account, the reason we don't do duplicated websites is because every single person's account is a individualized wallet account. That means that you have your very own account and you're not lumped into one and then given a website. We don't do that. So we have what's called a dual factor authenticator. We bounce the signal worldwide, so it's virtually makes it very impossible to hack. Your security is number 1. We have 24-hour security, human beings watching every single thing going on, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Your security is more important than anything else we have, because I have an investment that's quite a bit, and I want to make sure my investment's protected along with yours because my name is on this. What's number 4? Bonus residual. Well, Joff, what is that? Well, guys, that's that 3 by 12 matrix that I was telling you about. Now, this is pretty cool. So it means that this 3 by 12 matrix works from top to bottom, left to right. And if you understand matrices, you're going to love that part. And it also, if you are in this, you have to make a minimum of 0.25 Bitcoin to even be in this system. To even be charged. You can get in at 2.5, do your trading, but to be on this level at number 4, you have to make 0.25 Bitcoin or you don't pay anything. So when you look at the left side of the screen and you see monthly fee, that'll raise an eyebrow. Remember, I'm telling you all the things that you need to know here. I think everything that you should know. If you look at the bottom of the screen, it even says all members who want to participate in this bonus will have to earn at least 0.25 Bitcoin. So if you came in at 0.25 Bitcoin, you got to earn at least 2.5 Bitcoin in order to participate into this system, but also your monthly fee won't be charged unless you do. So the apprentice level is 0.015 Bitcoin. You can do the math on your own. It's just a few dollars. Trader is 0.030, and then a senior trader is 0.045 Bitcoin. Those aren't percentages. People get them mixed up all the time, and I don't want you to be making that mistake. We will pay each and every single person in the matrix 0.003 Bitcoin for each active member. Apprentice to 4 levels. Now we're talking levels, not generations. trader up to 8 levels, and senior up to 12 levels. If you look at the 12 levels to the right in the middle of this kind of the screen there, if and when, I think it's more when than if, you max out this, because this is really about timing, and we are brand new. We're less than 60 days old. We are in pre-launch. If you ever had a great time to be as part of something, this might be the time you really look into this deeply. So if you max this out, we're going to actually open up you another spot, so you have sustainable income. Now, for those of you that's ever been in a matrix, you understand that when you max out, you're capped. That's it. That's the most you can do. Guys, we're going to reward you for maxing out. We're not going to penalize you. But when you max this system out, you're going to make 2,391 Bitcoins a month. Yes, I said 2,391 Bitcoins a month at the 12 levels. Once our system is maxed out, we open up you another spot, and you can do it all over again and maintain the same 2,391 Bitcoins that you're maintaining. That's pretty phenomenal to me. The system will automatically accommodate direct, indirect, spillover members from top to bottom and left to right. Pretty phenomenal in my book. Just each one of these by themselves is an amazing to me. So let's talk about now renewable team bonuses. What does that mean? What's a renewable? How do you renew? Well, you renew 2 different ways. Remember, your contract's 8 and 12 months at apprentice and trader and senior trader. That's when you would renew. So if you're just trading and you're not referring, which you can do, and you're making an income on that, and I've actually have people that have done spreadsheets and said, if I just left my trading in and what for trading right now, they give me a figure. I'm not going to give you pie in the sky numbers, because again, there's just too many variables out there for me to give you numbers on. And when you got in, how much are you compounding? If you're compounding everything, how much Bitcoin do you have in? You know, all those make a difference. But on a team renewal bonus, you're going to love this. Every time your team renews, we pay you all over again. So you get paid every time your team renews. So if they're coming up, if you've got somebody that came in at apprentice level and they renew 8 months later, then think of all the people that came in after that. And after 8 months, how much money you're going to start making. Every month it's going to renew. Every month every day they're going to start renewing. And then there's going to be more people renewing every day. 1,000 people renew on your team. You're going to get 1,000 commissions again. Look at the left and the yellow. 25 Bitcoin in the system. So that means that if you started at senior trader and you made 5 times the amount of your membership from your personal referrals, that would be 25 Bitcoin you made off of 5 Bitcoin. The system will automatically renew your membership, and you will be paid all the commissions above again. I hope you heard me. And this is where people are doing this already. I have guys already in this situation. Now listen closely. This is something you need to understand. Our system will not take out what you put in. You have to put the money and leave some money in there. So when your system, if you see that you're in your back office, you'll actually have a line across there that'll show you how close you are to renewing and how many Bitcoins you have left until you get to renew. Remember, when the system cashes you out and closes your contract at 5 times the amount you made, you need to understand that you have to start in order to trade again, you have to start back in again with the same amount of Bitcoin you started with the first time. So if you've upgraded to senior level at 5 Bitcoin, you've made 25 Bitcoin, it's going to cost you that 5 Bitcoin, which is basically 10, and we give you 35. We give you, I can't count here. We give you the 20. We take the 10, we give you 25, we give you, what is that? I can't even count right now. So basically we're going to take 10 and give you 15. Okay? Do you understand? But you're going to have that 5 in there that you're trading on again. So we didn't really take that. We just put it in the trade. So I just want you to understand, and I can get into more details with that later on. And it's explained in your back office. So I just wanted to touch base because, like I said, I'm a full disclosure kind of person. So I don't want you to be shocked. And if you make 5 times your amount and all of a sudden your account's zeroed out in your contracts, and it's going to tell you it's time to renew your contract, You're going to need X amount of Bitcoin. Well, if you spend it all and you don't have your Bitcoin in there, it's going to keep collecting your commissions. It's not going to cancel your account. That's the good news. It doesn't cancel you from making commissions. It just stops you from trading until you've made enough commissions to get back onto the trading platform again, or if you're negative. So if you owe us money, it's going to take off those commissions until we're paid. It's just a way to make sure that the company stays in business. We are a for-profit business. We stay in business. So our business plan is we have every year we renew. We have a 10-year business model with a option of 10-year renewals. So just if you understand what that means, I hope so. So let's talk about our career plan. This is pretty healthy on its own too. What is our career plan? Well, this is about cycling. And if all of you guys have heard of this terminology before, you've probably been in some sort of network marketing or MLM type of company. I like to say right here that, hey guys, we have no potions and lotions to sell. We have no auto ship to have to be on every month. We have no garage qualifying. There is none of that. So all the things that I didn't like about MLM, I made sure it wasn't in this system. And my partners did too. We were really wanted to make sure that this was just a very clean and simple system to understand. So cycling, you cycle every time you get a coin on each side of your leg in the binary system. So each time you get a coin on the right, each time you get a coin on the left, and that's from 35% of your volume. So if you have a person come in at 5 coins, you didn't make 5 coins on that side, you made 35% of 5 coins. If you have someone coming on the left that has 3 coins, now you're going to look like me. So make sure your legs are going to be balanced. Don't make sure your legs aren't one's longer than the other one, like me. So you want to make sure that you keep those legs balanced. But every time you do cycle, the first 2 cycles, you're going to get a nice little gold pin to wear on your lapel. Your second time, you're going to get 5 cycles, you're going to get a number 2 pin showing that have cycled at least twice. Here's what's really cool, and these are very achievable, guys. I'm doing it. I've got people that have already gone over the cruise. So at 10 cycles, you get a Mont Blanc pin. At 50 cycles, you get the cruise. That cruise is going to be, right now we have it selected for the Caribbean for our first cruise. You're going to be on the boat with a lot of other TCC people, Trade Coin Club members. I hope by the time you get off the boat, the captain, the crew, and everybody else that's on the boat are now TCC members also. We stayed at a resort here in Belize recently. The owner of the resort is now a TCC member. When you see this plan and you show it to people, it's pretty much a no-brainer. But again, I'm not enticing you. I'm explaining to you, make sure you do your due diligence. Here at the career plan at level 5, it's only 100 cycles. What are we going to do for you? That's not just an international Caribbean travel. We're going to actually get to know the company. What does that mean? Well, you're going to get to go in up to our 5-story building. You're going to get to go in and look at the trading, look at how it works. We're going to train you on how to do even manual trading. We're going to show you how the system works, all the ins and outs, give you a lot of really cool information. We'll even let you stream it live for your teams and the people there. At 100 cycles, you're going to have some fun. Also, because we're going to give you a couple of days of fun in the sun to choose what you want, all inclusive, all paid for, from Trade Coin Club, saying thank you for 100 cycles that you've done. But when you do 200 cycles, we're going to give you the choice of a men's or women's stainless steel Rolex, beautiful watch called the Texas Timex from some people. Let's go tonight. You're going to love this. Level 7, only 500 cycles. You get a brand new Toyota Corolla worth up to 30 BTC. Yes, Jeremy, we'll ship it right to your door in any color you want, and you can pick it up. And guys, we don't give one car away. We give a car away to every single person that hits 500 cycles. Every single person that hits 750 cycles gets a brand new, your choice color BMW 320i worth up to 50 Bitcoin. Here you go. At 1,500 cycles, you get the Cabriolet Z4 BMW, beautiful car. At 5,000 cycles, and what I say right here, you could have stopped right here and I'd be happy. This is a beautiful car. If you haven't seen an i8, you have missed the boat. This is one of the most beautiful cars and luxury exotics that I've ever seen. At only 5,000 cycles, worth up to 350 Bitcoin delivered to you. There is a catch. You have to drive it for a whole year. That's part of the marketing. We ask that you do drive it for a year. At the end of the year, don't give it back. Do whatever you want with it. And we had to top it off and just go to the very tippity top. At 10,000 cycles, you get a Lamborghini Hurricane. your color, your choice, worth up to 700 Bitcoin. I hope today that you've learned something. I hope that I've been able to enlighten all of you with our TradeCoin Club platform. It is the only one that I know of in the world that allows us to trade on all cryptocurrency. We do select the top 10 of the day, and we trade on those top 10, again, using Bitcoin as our anchor. I hope I want to say thank you to Jeremy for having me on today. If you do have a question or two, I'm here to help in any way I can and answer any of those questions. I'm sure I might have raised one or two.
Hey, thank you, Joff. That was amazing. That was that was so brilliant. I mean, you covered the gamut. That was incredible. That was definitely incredible. Thank you so much. You're definitely an inspiration to us through all of your ups and downs, and for you to be so transparent, it goes a long way, man. I noticed that you definitely come across as very sincere. And I'm blown away, man. I'm totally blown away. So with that, Coach, why don't you jump in real quick, and then maybe we'll jump back to Jeremy. And then obviously, if you guys have any questions, you can reach out to Joff as well, and any of us on here. So, Coach, what do you got for us?
Jamie, thanks. I appreciate you.
Hey, thanks, Jamie. Joff, great. Love that presentation. I didn't know Joff was going to be on today. Jeremy said he had a guest. I said, I know that guy because I've been looking at this for about good 2 weeks now, and really excited. Shared some of it with Jeremy, so it was an honor to see you on here, guy. And thank you so much for that presentation.
I'm very humbled by your words. Thank you guys so much for letting me on. I'm very humbled and I'm inspired. You guys, what you say in your words and how sweet and nice you guys are, and the love and support that I get from all of you drives me. It keeps my drive and keeps me going to be up all hours of the day and night. I do it because I have passion and I love this, not just this, but all of you. You guys are the ones that I do it for. I'm fine. I have what I need. I just love doing what I do. And I just want to tell you how much I appreciate all of you.
Well, we appreciate you, guy. And I tell you what, after you held your leg up, there's no excuse for nobody. No excuse for nobody. Joff, you've been in this industry a long time, guy, and you know all the excuses that come our way. You know, I'm quite sure you've heard it all. I know Jeremy, myself, and Jamie have heard it all also. But, you know, it boils down to one thing, and this man proved it, you know. Either you want it or you don't. Either you want it or you don't. And I'm just excited. Get with Jeremy about this TCC. It's going to be powerful. And on that note, I'm going to pass it back to you, Jamie.
Very well said, guys. All right, Jeremy, why don't you come on and close us out? And
what a fantastic presentation. And you know, I said to Joff, you know, can you come on? We've been the last few days we've been going crazy on WhatsApp. You know, we've been going crazy, and I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to get in, and there's money going backwards and forwards to get, because I was blown away. I did a bit of research about the business, and I was blown away with what I found on the internet. You know, it's like anything you do. If you go and Google it, okay, you'll always find a negative. You'll always find somebody that's negative, you know. And as they say, you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. And I said to Joff, if you could come on tonight, that would be fantastic. We do it an hour's hangout. You don't have to stay around for a hangout for a whole hour. But look, an hour's gone by, bosh, like that, in a blink of an eye, because it was a fantastic presentation. You know what I love most about this business? The most about the Bitcoin trading, do you know what I love more about it than anything? Is that this guy is prepared to come on a live hangout and show his face of who he is. How many companies do you get involved in where the owner, and I'm the owner of Zookle, and now we've got the owner of the Bitcoin trading business, is here showing his face on our live hangout. Now,
partner.
We wouldn't normally do this. I must admit, I wouldn't normally do this because this is not something that we've put inside Zookle. Okay, we're going to see how this goes. We're in we're in the pre-launch with Joff, and we're going to see how it goes, and we're going to hopefully bring this to as many members as we can. And what I will ask you to do, if you're watching live on Facebook and you're watching live on YouTube, I know in YouTube you can't put your links in, your personal VIP links. So go over to my Facebook wall and put your personal VIP links in there so that you can start to build your team. I know Coach is already in he's got his own link. So if you want to join Coach's team, get with Coach. If you want to join with Jamie, get with Jamie. This is not a thing that we're doing inside Zookle, okay, at the moment. This is something that we're doing independent, and I just wanted to bring Joff on because I was blown away with this business. And after that presentation, believe me, I'm on the ceiling almost. Now, I was going to
I have to give you a warning.
Hey, Jeremy, let me dive in real quick, buddy. And I like what you said about the internet, you know, because it's great to do your research, but also be aware of some of the sites that speak, even if it's good or bad. Be aware of some of the sites that you're doing your research on. And I'm going to call these people out. Behind MLM. This is one of the worst sites in the industry. And I've seen so many people take their word at that blog for self-value. Guys, Behind MLM will destroy any company. I'm telling you guys, I've seen legitimate, powerful, legal companies that got negative reviews on that website.
Here's the thing. They have a hidden agenda.
Stop putting your hopes into that website, guys. I'm telling you now, we all know Avon. Avon's been out for years, okay? Avon is one of the most powerful companies like Amway that started it all. One day, I seen a negative report about Avon on that blog. So let's leave it alone, okay? Leave that blog alone. All right, back to you, Jeremy.
Yeah, really quickly, Jeremy and Coach, and you guys have to understand that, Jamie, they have a hidden agenda. There's an agenda behind that blog. They want you to go to their site, and they're trying to drive traffic to their site. That's what they do. So, trying to figure out. I'll tell you. I'll give you a competition, or let me, if you will, go with me here real quick. I will ask you if you can find anybody that gives us a negative review and find their name and their face attached to it. Please send it to me, because I'll give them 48 hours to comply to make sure that they change that negative review. But here's the thing. I've seen them. They use a voice box, which disguises their voice. They won't show their faces. Those people are doing that to drive. They have a hidden agenda. The propaganda that they're speaking is just, it's if you believe everything you read in Google or in everything you read on the internet, you're one of those people that used to pick up the newspaper. And my dad told me, don't believe everything you read in the newspaper. Today's newspaper is the internet. I don't know where we lost that down the road, but we lost it somewhere. So now everybody, oh my gosh, I read it on the internet. It's got to be true. Come on. Really? Do your due diligence. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't take everybody else's word for it either way. Don't take my word for it, but don't take the negative people's word for it either. Do your due diligence. Do it for you, nobody else, because nobody else is going to do it for you.
Well said, and we're coming up to the hour.
Yes, sir.
I want to apologise because on Wednesday I didn't do a hangout because I wasn't feeling well. I'm not 100% today, but I was so excited about getting Joff on this hangout today. Just had to roll with it. Now on Monday we're going to be. I've got so much stuff I want to tell you about that's going on inside Zookle, about pay to post that's coming out, the new version of Zan that's going to be launching soon, and BitCoin. And Zookle Gold. Look, if you're looking to work from home or you're looking to supplement your income, earn a little bit more, it's all about multiple streams of income. It's all about building up a portfolio of businesses. Okay, whether you want to buy a bit of property, whether you want to, get involved in an MLM company, whether you want to buy some gold, whether you want to buy some silver, whether you want to get into Bitcoin trading, all of these things are brilliant businesses to be in. Like in every business, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's how it is. But if you spread your wings, as I say, and not keep, you know, the chicken sits on these basket full of his eggs all in one basket, you know, put them in, be the cuckoo. Lay your birds into different nests. So you're not relying on one product or one industry to supply you with your income. And I always say, it's not about being a millionaire. I work from home and I earn a fantastic income, but I'm not a multi-millionaire by any means, but I'm a millionaire in time because I work from home. I've got time freedom. If I want to go out with my wife, I want to go and live somewhere else, I can, providing I've got an internet connection. Your first goal should be work towards replacing your existing income. The minute you get to the stage where you earn in your online business the same as you do your day job, you have the biggest decision that you'll ever make in your life, and that is to halve your income because you're going to need to give up your day job and be full-time online. Replace your existing income and be a millionaire with time freedom. You don't need to be a millionaire with loads of money in the bank. You can still live a fantastic life. Imagine if your boss that you work for, that day job that you do, turned around and said, don't come to work tomorrow, don't come the next day, don't come the next day. I'll still pay you the salary at the end of the month. Stay at home and work on the internet. I'm going to sponsor you for the next 6 months. How much would your life change if you kept the same income, but now you work from home? This is a business that's worth looking at. My link is in there. I'm sure Coach is going to put his link out. I'm sure Jamie will put his link out. All the members now that have joined this evening or this afternoon, depending on what part of the world you're in, have put their links out. Go over to my Facebook wall. There's a live a live Facebook broadcast now. Put your links in there. And by all means, if you've not joined, go and join one of those links. Go and join one of the people that are actually in that post. Have a fantastic evening or afternoon, depending on what part of the world you're in. Thanks again, Joff, for joining us. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Darren. And we will see you on the next Hangout, which will be Monday. Have a fantastic weekend.
See you at the top.